This is all italicized, I need to change it?
No, no, no. No, what you get to know, make all of the font. There's no comments on that.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. When you go look at your grade, citation looks good, okay? Yeah, I was so ready to get done with it. And this was like Friday when I finished, or Friday evening when I finished it. Okay. And so, but like, from the office. That should have shown up as underlined in red when you did that, okay? I think, and then, and you know, an AT is AutoCAD, so, yeah. And I know people are like, well, I have it in almost, no, I said every sentence. I got summaries that were onto a third page. Yeah. And didn't I say no more than a page and a half? And they, you know.
Is today the week where they're not having school?
No, that's next week.
That's actually.
The week of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah. No, we have school next Monday.
Yeah.
And you're gonna bring your rough outline so I can see it, right?
Yep.
And not decide, oh, I'll just.
And that's turned in this Friday, right?
That's turned in this Friday. If you don't turn it in, if you bring it Monday, it won't be counted late. If you bring it Monday, I will not count it late. So you can work on it Saturday and Sunday. But if you don't come on Monday, then it will be late.
Okay.
I will be unhappy
Yeah.
because I'm giving you guys don't often get an advantage. The advantage you get is you're sitting in here with me and it's a lot easier to focus when I'm talking.
Yeah, the online.
They're like, it's like, have you ever seen the Charlie Brown?
Yeah.
You know how when they're in class and you're wah, 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 that's how the adults talk. That's what they're hearing most of the time. Yay, yay, they're gonna add to our, they standardize our courses, but they didn't want course messages out there. They're gonna have email instructor will be added on the left side of the standard background. Yeah, it needs to be. It doesn't need to be hidden from students. Cause I've had, one of my schools said, where do they go to send you a message? Well, if you wanna talk to the instructor, you go to the instructor button. That doesn't make sense to me. There's a training today. For practice, okay. Oh, that's interesting. They're gonna change the section numbers to 600 if it's downtown. We saved students $661,000 this fall by the inclusive access. By you having to add that extra to your tuition to pay for the textbook, saved you money. Cause that textbook is like $100. Unless you can get it on check cheaper, but, okay. So, all right, I don't see Morton. Hi, Post, how's it going? And I apologize, I kind of flubbed up and forgot to make the test available for you guys on Friday, but I see most everybody got it taken, so it was like, for some reason, I didn't have the rough outline due date and I'm like, what am I thinking? What is going on? Okay. I need to move to inbox, all right. I'm just not happy with how they've modified Outlook for us, because I used to have a whole list of all the different, and the only way I could get to that email I said I accidentally deleted was I knew who it was from, so I typed in that person's name and I could get to it, but there's not an option on the left-hand side to files, maybe that's it. Oh, now that's okay, but I don't like them changing things on us at the last minute. That's not what I want inbox, okay. There we go. What is going on? Okay, I'm just gonna go out. All right, so, Morton, I'm not sure. Oh, Morton's I forgot, are they taking the ASVAB today? Let me go back in. That might be what's happening. I always liked the ASVAB days, because I didn't have students. The juniors were not in class, and made life better. Is that tacky to say that? Yeah, she was just notified that the juniors and seniors, the seniors are taking the ASVAB? Oh, okay. All right, so I don't have Morton. So it's just post and SPC. You're gonna see, you should be getting back your summaries. They're graded, yay. Yay, yeah, got them done. So, but I do want to talk about a couple of things first. And the first one is registration. Registration's opened up for the spring. So at the high schools, you guys are going to be registering for the ITD classes, going to be the same section number, English 1302, 442. I've stopped and think about it. Yeah, 442. So the only difference is it goes 1302 to 442. If you guys want to take me in the spring, it'll be 1302, 202. Okay, same time, same bat channel, same bat place, okay? That's the old Batman show. Okay. So if you want to if you don't want to take me, that's fine. It won't hurt my feelings, but, you know, in my mind, I can't even tell you, I had one of the hardest professors at Texas Tech when I was going back to get certified to teach English and also on my master's. I signed up for his courses because I knew what he wanted. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so once you know, if it's possible, you try to take courses from the people that you connect with. And I'm not saying I feel like I know you guys because you're here all the time. Yeah, I don't know all the time. You know what I'm saying, but that it's a smart thing to do, particularly as you get up into your junior and senior level courses, okay? All right, so,
I was agreeing with you.
yeah, it's a good thing to take them because it really helps. You know what to expect from them, they know what to expect from you. It's a benefit. But if you register for another class, tell me who your instructor is and I'll tell you if you ought to stay in it or get out, okay?
Fair enough.
That's my job, you know. Okay, so the other thing is course evaluation is opening up in, I thought it was supposed to open today because they've been sending us tons of emails about it, but apparently it's not opened up just yet. But when you go into your courses, you should see there should be a button on the left-hand side that says course evaluation. And it doesn't matter which course you're in. If you go into mine and you click on course evaluation, it's going to say no surveys were found because I don't get to do course evaluation. But what will happen for you is when you get in there, you will see a list of the courses. Are you logged in?
Yeah.
Is anybody logged in? And once you click on evaluation, it should list all of the courses that you're enrolled for. So you don't have to be in that course to do the course evaluation. You just have to select whichever class you are. Let's see. Yeah. So this is Dante here. I'll put it up here on the screen so you guys can see it. Because it's not going to show anything for me. Okay. So he clicked on evaluation. Though he's in my course, but it shows he's in Composition 1 and College Algebra. So if you're taking this class in a history class or this class in a government class, you have access from my class to all of your course evaluations, okay? And it will close on the 19th, so I suggest that you know, they like it when you guys fill it out. It's not like we get a prize. But they do send us the results about a couple of months into the spring semester, and you're going, well, I already know what I did wrong. So, you know, I've got that. So, but it's basically, it takes you to a course evaluation page, and so it's going to tell me, you know, if you've responded. So I can see that actually in my 9 a.m. class, 2 people in class have already done the evaluation. So I can't see what they did, but I can see that 2 people have done it. So, and I can't offer extra credit because I won't know until next semester. Well, I will never know who took it and didn't take it, so there's a disadvantage there, all right? That's just one of those issues with it. So do course evaluation, register for the spring. It opened up Friday. So let's go into course content just as a, talk about this week. What you have due on Friday is the rough outline for the argumentative essay, okay? So we're in week 12. Again, when you're in there, you're going to see weekly checklist. It's got the rough outline and the place to turn it in. I didn't have a place for you guys to turn it in. I happened to notice that. before class started today. So, but if you're one of those who wants to type it, you need to open up, if you gotta handwrite it out on the rough outline, I don't have any problems with that. I don't really want you to turn in handwriting. It's hard for me to grade all that. But come in here, open that up, and all you've gotta do is just delete the lines. Because you can't write on the lines. This is not a PDF, okay? So for you to be able to do it, I would go in very quickly and just delete the lines. And you'll see I'm clicking and dragging with my mouse. It's a lot quicker. I can't do it with my finger nearly as well as you guys can. I'll just tell you. So it's that simple, and then you just go in and fill those sections out. Okay, oops, I don't want to get rid of supporting idea. But I do want to talk just a little bit about, I don't expect you to do 3 supporting ideas under every major point. We are only doing, it's a 600-word minimum. So the idea that you would have that much support, if you have 3 supporting ideas for 1 point, you could write 600 words on that easily. I'd rather have 3 points with 3 parts of a thesis with 1 supporting detail under each, just to show that you've done the research. So you're not going to fill out necessarily supporting idea 1, 2. You're not going to do supporting idea 2, supporting idea 3. Those can be eliminated. But when you get here, put the topic sentence down. The death penalty should be abolished because it's not a deterrent, costs too much money, and it is administered inequitably. So that's going to be up here in the thesis statement. Then I'm going to go back here and say that it's not a deterrent. And then my supporting idea would be that studies have shown that people who are convicted of murder never cross their mind. There's going to be something in there. And so the detail would be probably the title of the article where you found the information that you're using as a support. And so, but what that shows me, if I see the title of an article here, then I know don't put the words article title. Put the title of an article you have that supports that point, okay?
Professor, by chance, are you trying to let us see that?
Oh. Good, thanks, good point. Good point, because it looked like the document I have up here on the document camera. So, supporting, you need to fill in these things, but I'm only looking for at least 1 supporting detail under each point, okay? Because at least you'll have argued all 3 points. Supporting the idea, but give me the article title, then I see you've done the research. And if you haven't done the research, then that becomes a problem because you've got to support what you're saying, okay? So that's what's due Friday for the high schools, because they're not in school next week. Yours is not due until Monday. So, but you have to bring it to class on Monday. If you do not show up for class on Monday, I will count it late if you didn't turn it in on Friday. So if you're not planning on coming on Monday, turn it in on Friday. Does that make sense? But the schools don't have that option because they're not even going to be in school.
If we bring it in paper form, you will...
I will look, yes, I will one-on-one with you in class if you bring it when you come Monday.
Because I was thinking of spelling.
No problem. No problem. You don't have to turn it in on paper. If you come to class, I'll just make a note, graded, I've got blank pages back here. I will literally make a note, Dante, that says Dante, rough outline, argumentative essay, and then I'll put down the grade I give you. Which if you come in and you've made an honest effort at it, you'll get the 25 points. But it is a required assignment, okay? So that's that. I'm not going to save those changes. So now we're going to talk about one of my favorite grammar issues that I'm not going to test you over. But it's one of those, there's 2 of them. They make me laugh because when I see them in an essay, because I've read, I'm an old lady, I've read a lot, okay? And I understand what's going on in the sentence because there is a almost mathematical logic to grammar, okay? So when you're talking, hold on a second, somebody sent me a message. Oh, okay, well, not important. I don't mean that ugly. But when you're talking about this particular thing, it's just fun. And so as a result, what it's called are dangling or misplaced modifiers. All right, so that's what we're going to look at. And I have a wonderful PowerPoint that I created. This is not one I found on the internet. Normally I'm notorious for finding them on the internet, but nope. This is one I made because visual is so much easier, okay? So we'll go over it this way. And it's misplaced modifiers, confusing sentences. It's when we put things in the wrong spot because in English, like, remember when you're doing the apostrophe quiz and you all took it, right? I saw you took it, and the grades were pretty good, even though I forgot to open it up till about 9:15. Remember when we're talking about possessives, those are modifiers, because they tell you who does it belong to, right? That's what a possessive does. And so, it's kind of along those lines, but misplaced modifiers. So here's the first sentence. The man shot the deer with a gun. There's nothing wrong with that sentence, is there? It makes perfect sense to us, right?
Yes.
Not semantically. In that sentence it says, the man shot the deer with a gun. In English, modifiers go as close as possible to the noun they're modifying. So when you say, the man shot the deer with the gun is after the deer. That's who's holding the gun, is the deer, not the man. But because in English, and because we know deer do not have fingers and opposing thumbs, they cannot shoot a gun. But technically, this is what the sentence says, that you've got a deer with a gun. That's a misplaced modifier. It should be, the man with the gun shot the deer. You understand what yeah. It's English. Modifiers go next to those nouns they're modifying. That's just how it works. When you're talking an active sentence, if you've got, the girl is beautiful, that's a passive kind of sentence. It's a predicate adjective, so it's clear who's beautiful. But when you've got an active one, it's got to be near it. So we've got some more examples of those, okay? So the man shot the deer with a gun. I used to draw this on the board, but it's really, my drawing is so bad that several years ago I thought, let me go see if I can create a picture. So that's what I did. And so when I did that, I found this one. It says, one morning, this is Groucho Marx, one morning I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got into my pajamas, I'll never know. Okay? Groucho Marx. So what is being described there is this. The elephant's wearing the man's pajamas, but we know elephants don't wear pajamas unless it's Babar. Is it Babar or Babar?
I think it's Babar.
Yeah, it's hard to remember. Yeah, so you have to be careful when you say things like that. Okay? So I got another one here. We've got misplaced modifier. Spitting out hot lava. My friend took photos as the volcano erupted. All right, so.
Okay, that one is the only one that I won't lie. I can understand why it looks like that.
Yeah, I know, but the point is, misplaced modifiers have to go close to the nouns they're modifying. Spitting out hot lava, the volcano erupted as my friend took pictures. That's how that sentence should read. Because you have to have it next to what's spitting out the lava. Okay? And it was not, I actually found this one online, so. All right, so now we've got misplaced modifier. She saw a puppy and a kitten on the way to the store. She's on the way to the store, not the puppy and the kitten. This sentence says it's the puppy and the kitten. I just thought it was cute because there's a little kitten and a little puppy. On the way to the store, she saw a puppy and a kitten. Misplaced modifiers. And I've got my large class, that sophomore class, I got, interesting, put that thing up. That's, okay. You need to not be doing that, okay? I've gotten character analysis, and they've had some misplaced modifiers in them, so it's not just you guys. These are all seniors at Cooper, okay? So now we have misplaced modifiers. We rented a boat for my friend with 2 motors. Your friend has 2 motors? I don't have a picture of that one. And then we've got, she nearly combed her hair for 10 minutes each night. Can y'all tell what's wrong in there?
Comb.
No, well, okay. So what is this? I'll show you. You want to see? This is nearly combed. I nearly combed nearly might be a little bit closer. Nearly combing would be here. Combing would be here. You got it? So what's nearly is she combed her hair for nearly 10 minutes each night. Okay? Almost 10 minutes she combed it. Yeah. So that, and we don't think about those, but sometimes we do stick those little adverby things like that in the wrong spot. Yeah, adverby things was such a technical term, wasn't it? Okay, so those are just some illustrations of what you're seeing. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go into the textbook, ebook, okay? Close that out. and it just defaults to one of my Tuesday, Thursday classes, okay? So I'm gonna look at page 552. So if you have issues with this, I'm not gonna test you over it, though it might be one of the more fun ones to test, I'll be honest. So 552 is misplaced modifiers. So here we go. Logan couldn't drive to work in his sports car with a broken leg. What's misplaced? Sports cars don't have broken legs unless you're talking about, what's his name on cars? You know. The red sports car, what's his? Lightning McQueen, yeah. Didn't he have a flat, okay, so the sentence makes it sound as if the car is the broken leg, not Logan. Not Logan, okay. With his broken leg, Logan couldn't drive to work in a sports car. It has been moved so that it is closer to Logan. Now it is clearer whose leg is broken. Okay, identify and correcting them. So here's one. Logan couldn't drive to work in a sports car with a broken leg, okay. The toaster was sold to us by a charming salesman with a money-back guarantee. The salesman has a money-back guarantee? That's kind of cool. No, the toaster with a money-back guarantee was sold to us by the salesman, okay. He nearly brushed his teeth for 20 minutes every night. Oh, that's little kids, isn't it? They got the toothbrush. Yeah, I brushed my teeth. Yeah, you brushed your lips or whatever, okay. In other words, that's what nearly means. He came close to brushing his teeth, but in fact did not brush them at all. That's what that means. Okay? So, so we're going to do some of the sentences in there real quick. We'll go over them, and I will check that. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. That's good to know. They were just because of registration, they were just telling me that I'm not even sure what my course is capped at, but they have 19 Lubbock Cooper students to try to register in that class, and it's full already, so. It'll be another monster class, but a lot of kids don't take second semester, so, because they don't need more than, they count it as a humanities when it's a sophomore lit class. Whereas a lot of you are gonna need 1302 to move on in college. All right, let's see here. We're going back over to activity 1. Okay. Here we go. Here's an example. I cannot say frozen shrimp if I don't think about it. Frozen shrimp. It's hard to do it. Frozen shrimp lay in the steel pans that were thawing rapidly. It's not the pans that are rapidly thawing, it is the shrimp. So, frozen shrimp that were thawing rapidly lay in the steel pans. The speaker discussed the problem of crowded prisons at the college. That's a problem. I don't think you need crowded prisons on a college campus, do you?
No.
At the college, the speaker discussed the problem of crowded... Okay, here we go. The patient talked about his childhood on the psychiatrist's couch. That says that the childhood was spent on the psychiatrist's couch. The patient on the psychiatrist's couch talked about his childhood. The crowd watched the tennis players with swiveling heads. So I can just see Serena and Venus in the new movie, King Richard, playing tennis, and their heads are swiveling like this while they're doing it. That's what...
The crowd with swiveling heads were watching the tennis players.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the crowd with swiveling heads watched the tennis. Bonnie put 4 hamburger patties on the counter, which she was cooking for dinner. What's she cooking for dinner?
4 hamburgers.
No, the counter. In this sentence, she's cooking the counter. Bonnie put 4 hamburger patties, which she was cooking for dinner, on the counter. Modifiers have to go next to the words they modify. Steve carefully hung the new suit that he would wear to his first job interview in the bedroom closet. This one's a little bit different. So I'm looking at the word carefully, like nearly. Can you carefully hang a suit in a closet? Think about how often as a little kid when you hung up stuff, it was barely on the hanger. Yeah. That he would wear to his first job interview in the bedroom closet. Where's the job interview at?
Bedroom closet.
In the bedroom closet. That's what's wrong. Steve carefully hung the new suit that he would wear to his job interview, his new suit in the bedroom closet that he would wear to his job interview. I'll get it right in a second. The novel is about a pioneer family that Annie had borrowed from her cousin. What did Annie borrow from her cousin?
The novel.
No, the pioneer family. The novel about a pioneer family was, I'm confusing myself now. The novel that Annie had borrowed from her cousin was about a pioneer family. Stop and think about it. The latest, and this one I always read is the late Denzel Washington. I know he's not dead. The latest Denzel Washington movie has almost opened in 2,200 theaters across the country. If you almost open, you don't open. So it should be, has opened in almost 2,200 theaters across the country. The almost needs to go next to 2,200. It was 2,194. That's almost, right? To be cooked properly, the chef advised us to place the casserole in a heated oven. Why are we cooking the chef? The chef advised us to place the casserole. Chef advised us to place the casserole. To be cooked properly, all right. To be cooked, see, I can't, my mind is going blank on me today. Help me out. The chef advised us to place the casserole in a preheated oven to be cooked properly. Put it at the end of the sentence. That'll do it. The tenants left town in a dilapidated old car owing 2 months' rent. Who owes the 2 months' rent? The car. No. The tenants owing 2 months' rent left in town in a dilapidated car. The plan was to construct a church on an acre of land made of brick and stone. The land is not made of brick and stone. The church is. The plan was to construct a church of brick and stone on an acre of land. And I discovered an unusual plant in the greenhouse that oozed a milky juice. The greenhouse is oozing milky juice. An unusual plant that oozed a milky juice in the greenhouse, okay? So that is misplaced modifiers. So now we're going to go over to dangling modifiers. Okay. So, while reading the newspaper, my dog sat with me on the steps. Who's reading the newspaper? The dog. While reading the newspaper, I sat on the steps with my dog. Or while I was reading the newspaper. Well, yeah, there's a couple, you can do it a couple of ways. I just did it differently. Identifying correctly dangling modifiers. Okay, so we fixed that one. Okay, here we go. Shaving in front of the steamy mirror, the razor nicked Eli's chin. So the razor's shaving. So, as Eli was shaving in front of the mirror, the razor nicked his chin. So I can add, as Eli was shaving in front of the steamy mirror, comma, the razor nicked his chin. So I can do that. Oh, hey, I did it right. It's over, the correct one's over on the other side. I don't have to make it up myself. While turning over the bacon, hot grease splashed my arm. Who was turning over? No, it's not the grease. It's while I was turning over the bacon, hot grease splashed my arm. So you're going to see that dangling modifiers, a lot of times, if you put who's doing the action up in the dependent clause at the beginning of the sentence, it'll make sense. To impress the interviewer, punctuality is essential. We don't know who's impressing the interviewer. To impress the interviewer, the interviewee must be punctual. Or for the interviewer to impress the interviewee, to impress the interviewer, I've got to do it. Okay. So place the subject within the opening word group. Okay. So now let's do a few of these. Let's see. Or you can place it right after it. So while pitching his tent, a snake bit Henry on the ankle. While Henry was pitching his tent, a snake bit him on the ankle. Then it modifies the entire sentence. While pitching his tent, Henry was bitten on the ankle by a snake. Applying an ointment to the burn on my leg, the pain soon subsided. The pain soon subsided after applying an ointment to the burn on my leg, or I could go. No, I like it that way. Marching across the field, a distant river could be seen by the soldiers. As the soldiers were marching across the field, a distant river could be seen. Okay. And that's how it goes. So just to give you a heads up on that, all right? That's that. So,
Can we think of it as a cause and effect kind of?
Yeah, and it's really what's happening. You have to figure out what's this and who's doing it, or however it goes that way. So let's go look at Chomp Chomp, Grammar Bites, okay? That's not Grammar Bites. I guess I exited out of it. Okay. It helps if I put my cursor somewhere. Okay. So going into Grammar Bites. Exercises. There's that shark. kind of interesting, but you're gonna see that they actually have misplaced and dangling modifiers, they mix them together. So, it's just posting you guys, so, let's see, what are we at time-wise? Yeah, well, no, trust me, we're gonna get done probably in about another 10. So y'all be able to work on your rough outlines if you need to. And technically, that's what we're gonna be here on Wednesday. If you need help coming up with sources, or, you know, it's just gonna be a work day on the rough outlines. So particularly for the kids at the high schools, if they're having trouble coming up with articles. Because sometimes, because of security procedures, they can't always easily access the databases. So I will be glad to help everybody find one article if they need it, on Wednesday, and I will send them in course messages. Okay, interactive exercise 1. This is kind of fun because you get prizes on this one. Yeah, well, they're virtual prizes, okay. So they give you an example here. The waitress served Gilbert a plate of gray meatloaf sauced with lumpy gravy. Notice that sauce with lumpy gravy is a participial phrase. It follows meatloaf, its target noun. If too much distance separates it, it's misplaced. Sauce with lumpy gravy, the waitress served Gilbert a plate of gray meatloaf. That means the waitress is sauced with a lumpy. Sauce used to be a term for somebody who was drunk too. That's, yeah, one of those archaic ones. So let's go down here and we'll go see how he's got an apple. So we're gonna start here. So I'm gonna make it just a little bit smaller. Post, I hope you can see it. Emma Sue. I'll have to make it bigger, it's just too small. I do not like that huge heading up there. Emma Sue was delighted with when Professor Nugent returned her perfect calculus test with an ear-to-ear grin. So, misplaced modifier or dangling modifier. So, the A option, remember A is, you know, your hands have YMCA, and then B is just cross them over your chest, okay? So, A, the sentence has a misplaced or dangling modifier, or no, the sentence is error-free. So what do we think? Is it A or B? Emma Sue was delighted when Professor Nugent returned her perfect calculus test with an ear-to-ear grin. So if I ask the question, who's grinning? Can a calculus test grin? No. So it has to be wrong, which is A. So that's what you've got to do, is look at what's being described. Because the misplaced modifiers, what do modifiers do? They describe other things, right? So that's what you focus on when you're doing it. You are enjoying this juicy hamburger as your reward. And there's a prize, okay? It gets a little irritating. The good news is on this one that you can get an explanation if you get it wrong. So let's go to the second one. Okay, so post, we'll see if you guys are awake over there, because since I only see 2 people, it's hard to tell. Scrubbing the tile grout with bleach and an old toothbrush, the mildew stains began to fade. Yes, there is an error, or that's the A sign, or B, cross your chest, there is no error. Scrubbing the tile grout with bleach and an old toothbrush, the mildew stains began to fade. Okay, I've got Dante's answer. What do you think, Post? Am I seeing hands crossed across? Okay, I see 2. There's somebody. Oh, there's another. Okay, so you're saying that there is no error? The sentence is error-free? Let's see. Whoa. Let's go. Let's look at this one. See what we got wrong. So, the mildew stains began to fade. Who is scrubbing the tile grout with bleach and an old toothbrush? There's no one doing it. That's the problem with this one. As Michael scrubbed the tile grout with bleach and an old toothbrush, the mildew stains began to fade. You have to have somebody doing the action. Okay? Next sentence. All right. Coming here to SBC, guys. And Morgan.
Someone from Post looks embarrassed. Just tell them that one of your SBCs.
Hey, no. Everybody said that it was correct. Everybody said it was correct. Nobody said it was wrong. Everybody, no, don't worry. To finish by the 3 p.m. deadline, the computer keyboard sang with Sylvia's flying fingers. What do you think? Yes, there's an error. Okay, 1, 2. What do you think? A or B? You could've looked at what they were doing. See, they've all stopped now.
Yeah, because I wanna read it.
You want it, that's okay.
So, it is,
A is if there's an error, B is if there's no error. Okay, all right, so they're saying there is an error. That's the chicken wings with the reward for the excellent answer.
This is gonna make me hungry, I haven't had breakfast.
I know it, and it's coming up on lunchtime. I leave here, I go over to my office and I fix my lunch and I start grading. That's my life, okay? Good. All right, Post, let's go to you guys. And part of it, let's look at what's wrong with it. Has no target in the sentence. We find Sylvia's fingers are in the sentence, but not Sylvia. To finish by the 3 p.m. deadline, Sylvia made the keyboard sing with her flying fingers. See the issue there? Okay, good job. All right, Post. Sheila watched Desmond stuff his mouth with a cupcake frosted with vanilla icing. Yes, it's wrong. A is wrong. B is right. Sheila watched Desmond stuff. What do y'all think, ladies? I know I got a guy or two in there too. Okay, somebody's leaning their hand on their chin. That's not an answer. Okay, so I'm seeing there's a yes, it's wrong. We're looking around. We're doing a poll of the classroom to see, what do you think? Okay, so yes, it's wrong. Is that what we're saying? Does everybody agree? Yes, it's wrong. What do y'all think? Yes, it's wrong? Okay. SPC says it's not wrong. Sheila watched Desmond stuff his mouth with what? A cupcake frosted with vanilla icing. It's not the cupcake that's being stuffed, but okay. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go with what I saw over there. It is correct. Okay. Whoa, punishment. Your punishment, this tiger will snack on your toes. Whoa. That's a little scary.
That's adorable.
Well, I like the sound effects, Sentence 5 is coming back to you guys here. Perched on the curtain rod, the parakeet watched Rocky the cat slink behind the living room sofa. So look at the first section, and then look for other modifiers. So who's perched on the curtain rod? Huh?
Okay, so I wanna presume it is Rocky. No. Is it a parakeet?
Who's perched on the curtain rod?
The parakeet.
And what's right after perched on the curtain rod? The parakeet. Watched Rocky the cat slink behind the living room sofa. It is correct. Okay. This bowl of chips is not very attractive. There's like 2 pretzels, like 3 Cheetos, and some Doritos, and they look like they've been sitting in the light too long. Okay. Next sentence. We'll just do everybody here. Groaning on rusty springs, the trampoline tossed the children like clothes in a dryer. Right or wrong? What do you think? Post, what do you think? Right or wrong? Groaning on rusty springs, the trampoline tossed the children like clothes in a dryer. Okay. What do you think? A or B? We have, okay, there's an A. I saw an A over here. We'll go with A. Let's see what it says. Oh, now this rhinoceros gets to stab you with his horn. Ugh. It did not include a misplaced modifier. Let's go look at that explanation. Groaning on rusty springs comes right before the noun trampoline. That's what's groaning on rusty springs. Okay, this is a clear and logical pairing. The only other option would be the children like clothes in a dryer. Yeah, when you're bouncing on it, you feel like clothes in a dryer sometime, okay? So that is dangling or misplaced modifiers. So that's all I'm going to, it's 10:34. We're done a little bit early, okay? If you want to stay in here at work, it's fine. I'm going to be grading stuff for that huge monster class. It has 400 items in it to be graded. But I'm down in the 80s on their character analysis, so it's been interesting. Okay, so that's all I've got. So Wednesday, whatever. Oh, that was a close-up look. Okay. Wait. He's playing. There we go. Are we missing some people today? I could swear there's more than 3 people in this class. And I'm only seeing 2 right now
The other one must have either left the class.
ran out of the room. Yeah, I don't wanna be seen. Let's see, 'cause we're missing, is Shayla there? Shayla, are you there?
She's hiding behind the desk.
Well, underneath the thing. Megan, Shayla, Lacey, Maria, let's see. Steven, where's Steven today? Got a big head, he's up for Player of the Week, right? Didn't come to, we don't know, huh? Okay, Sean, where's Sean? You just noticed Sean wasn't in class, yeah. It's real easy to tell because I only have like 3 guys in the class, so I have a lot more girls. Okay, y'all have a great day. Wednesday, if you need some help coming up with research, let me know. I'll be glad to help you do it, okay? And by the way, in-course resources, you now have how to cite a website, videos, how to create the works cited, how to handle an EBSCO to make sure you get the email with the correct, citation on it. There's all videos in course resources, okay? I spent Thursday doing that, yeah. So, okay, that's all I got. Bye-bye. Thanks, Mr. Rathburn, got it. Okay, so, see, they've already all but out. Okay,
But I understand everything else, and, quick question about running.
okay.
So was it as clear and precise as I need to be?
It's better.
Okay.
You just, sometimes you
take
try to
that.
put way too much in a sentence.
Okay.
But I had somebody who had 4 sentences and they were all 4 fused run-ons because 4 sentences was onto a second page. So you're not that bad, okay? So,
I will take better over
Yes,
anything
yeah.
else. I mean,
but, one of the things missing is you're missing a lot of author tags.
author tag.
Yeah, I didn't pick up
Oh, yes.
author tag. You've got one,
Okay,
the
that's
next
what
sentence didn't have
AT
one.
was. Okay, so as in like
AT
the
is author
noun,
tags, yeah, AT
as
is
in
author
like the
tags.
noun of,
The author states the
author.
article, it also discusses, see how that would be able to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Okay, so I forgot some author tags, so I include those in my, like outline.
I say missing some author tags twice, okay. Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, you don't, the author tags in your argumentative essay are gonna be how you integrate the quote into the sentence.
Okay.
So that's kind of one way to do it. So you can say, so for instance, if you go, and you have an author for the article, and we'll just say it's John Smith, the first time you quote from him, if you're in the same paragraph, you can go, and the article such and such by John Smith, he discusses blah, 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 blah. Then you can go, the article also points out blah, 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 blah. See how you can, and use a paraphrase. So, and you don't even have to cite because I know it's the article, the same article, because you're in the same paragraph.
Yes.
So that's one of the things I was gonna do the week after, is I'm going to go over a sample, argumentative essay
Alright.
that's got quotes in it and everything for everybody, so.
Well, I will take an 83 as improvement.
Yes, it is, definitely, so, okay?
But-
Oh, that's what I was gonna do, I was gonna go see how many kids have registered for that, how many are in the class right now, or what they set it up for. I guess they set it up for 72 originally.
But yes, I am very glad I'm at least.
Yeah, they set it up, oh, wow, it was full. It was at I already had 72 in that monster class. But they have another 19, which puts it at 91. That means only like 2 kids that are not gonna take it. And we're not allowing, we're not gonna allow, no more kids from other schools can be in the class. We had 2 sneak in, but they don't get to be in it this next semester. They're gonna have to take the other people. I'm beginning to recognize all these names. That's kind of scary. Okay. I was gonna see if any of the high school kids have registered yet.
I haven't gone or planned this hard. It's academic.
Are you thinking you're gonna be ready, you're gonna be more interested next semester or more?
No, I do at least plan to take your next class,
Okay,
because I wanna pass your class. Math I gotta retake for next semester.
I have one of my high school students, the girl I only have, that's the only girl at the school, she's registered for her class for next semester. That's interesting. Yeah, she's the only one that's ready. She and 70, or we're gonna have 91, Lubbock Cooper seniors, so.
Oh.
See, I had to make a note to myself what sections everything was gonna be. So this one stayed the same, as did the afternoon ones. I mean, the Monday, Tuesday, Thursday ones. That's
And what was
interesting.
that class? Or the second semester?
It's
for-
1302.
Okay, 13.
So, like, when you take,
So this is 1301?
this is 1301,
Okay.
and the next semester is 1302. They tend to, when you have paired classes like in history, it's 2332, 2333, or 2315, 2316. They tend to, if you have to take like the first half of something, it'll be the lower number, and the second half is one higher. That's what they tend to run as, so,
Makes
okay? And you have to admit, 10 o'clock's not a bad time to show up. If I could just convince my 8 AM class tomorrow, my SB students to come, that'd be the good thing, so,
Yes, it will.
that's what's happening there, so, okay? I'm gonna stay in here and grade a little bit, just because, yeah, I'm supposed to be teaching, so, I got 8 minutes.
Yeah, well, I hope you have a wonderful
Okay,
day, and
and I'll-
drive safely.
Oh, yeah, you too.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
getting cold outside, so I worked.
But it's gonna be 80 this afternoon. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, it's gonna be 80, so,
I know it's windy.
well, that's Lubbock, though, that never changes, so.
No, I've lived here my whole life, and that has never changed.
Well, I've lived here longer than your life, so.
Touche.
But I don't remember the wind as being a problem, or having as much wind. We lived in Alaska, there's mountains, so you get some wind, but the snow was much more fun, so, you know, it didn't bother me. California, yeah, there's always wind in California, because you're so close to the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, the ocean current.
Well, no, just because of the water, so you've got all that open area before, when you're on the west side of California, you know, there's no mountains blocking the wind. So, that's why the west side tends to be greener than the east side, because it's got, you know, that's just one of those quirky deals. And then, even in El Dorado, we were up on a plane, no, not as much wind. But here, there's wind almost all the time. And my little kitten, he sits at the back door and he watches it, and he bats the window like this, try to get the leaves that are blowing around, or the birds that are on the back porch eating the cat food, so. You know, what can we say? Expiring soon, got it, okay. Telling me, Blackboard saying, you gotta finish up what you're doing here, okay? So, I better finish grading this one before I get kicked out, okay?
Right? Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for the
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah. So, I'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday, Professor.
And if you want to, bring your rough draft and work on it, and if nothing else, we can even look at it on Wednesday, so, okay?
Just so I give you a heads up, the only thing I can find out of the first few viewpoints, for me trying to find some points for my argument, they're all against it, so I'm trying to figure out how to turn them positive, or get some points.
Well, okay, so, my advice is if all you can find is against it, then go with that side.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It just, you know, it's like I tell.
It's like trying to beat against the bush with something.
Yeah, and you know, why make it harder on yourself? If everything you've got is against it, then write it, should not be made legal.
Okay.
and do that. You know, even though it's gonna save money. And yes, we could find more, but we'd have to, you know, it's easier sometimes
To just go with the way.
with what you've got. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then you're not having to recreate work. That's like with, because there's always somebody that wants to write the death penalty is good. And I'm like, you're just not gonna find. The only place you're gonna find it are gonna be these rabid websites that are, you know, are ultra conservative, and we need to kill people who kill people. You know, that's their logic, we should kill them. It says in the Bible, I'm actually reading, I read different places, I read part of the Bible every day, but I'm back in Genesis. And one of those is, one of the things early on, after Cain kills Abel, is that, the correct punishment for somebody doing that is a life for a life. But that's in Genesis. We've had all these things happen since Genesis, so,
Yeah.
yeah, so it's interesting.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, yeah.
If only I could remember all the things, like, that don't make sense or contradict one another.
Yeah, that's what happens. It's just one of those deals. Let's see. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to think. I'm sitting here, Thought we got something wrong somewhere. Yeah, they got the first one wrong. Okay. I got it graded finally. I can talk and grade and poorly at the same time. But I've got to go print out, once I get back to my office, I'll have to print out more of those, character analysis, because I just graded a bunch of them, and I just slapped them together, and I sent them in an email to my facilitator at Lubbock Cooper. She has to figure out which day she has them, because they are on a block schedule. They have Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, Thursday classes, so.
Yeah, I haven't been able to do much ever since, they changed Lubbock High's schedule, apparently.
Are they on blocks?
I
Are they on, they go every day to all their classes?
Yeah, they go every day to their classes. Now, the online portion, that was hectic, because some days people didn't even show up.
Oh, yeah, trust me. We know that. I've run into that. When last year, when we had all the schools shut down, like Post, like I said, they had this major issue, and they put everybody in the auditorium, because they didn't want to take a chance on anybody getting COVID before the state championship game. And then they lost. Of course, it didn't help that their quarterback got knocked out early in the game.
This is why I don't play sports.
Well,
not physical contact.
oh, okay, so what sports do you play that are not physical contact?
Have you ever heard of competitive diving?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, because most people have not even heard of the sport.
So did you dive at Lubbock High? Were you on the
Yes, I
swim
did,
team?
all
Okay.
4 years.
Okay, how'd you do?
Never got past, fourth, unfortunately, in my career.
Well, there's some good divers at Lubbock High.
Your conference is scheduled to end in 2 minutes.
Yeah, that was before me, unfortunately.
So what was your favorite dive to do?
My front 2.5.
Oh, and are you diving, do they do platform in high school, or is it only?
We do not do platform, unfortunately. It only goes up to 3 meter high.
Okay.
And believe me, that was more terrifying than I thought.
Well, yeah, because the board's got so much spring, doesn't it?
Yes, especially what am I saying now? So the fulcrum, it differs on how stiff the board will be or how much pressure you can put
Right.
into it.
Mm-hmm.
So the farther back it goes, the easier it'll be to go down, so the higher you'll go up. But
That's
gotta
what's scary when you go up very high.
yes, only one person I know of will absolutely go to the Olympics for that one. His name's Rhett Hensley.
Is he still there? Oh, the kid from Coronado?
Yeah, he
He's still-
graduated and signed to the A&M.
Okay.
A&M. I can't remember, it had something to do with A&M, I can't remember.
Well, I would assume, probably probably A&M, as in Texas A&M.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, well, they're still there, but I'll go ahead and make that. He's got a couple minutes left. No, I was unfortunate, we didn't have anything like that in our school. It was too small. But I was.
Your conference is now over. Goodbye.